What's going on, everyone? Zach Patra with Faceoff Sports Network. We're back with another 2025 NFL Draft video where we're going to be talking about the top rankings for the 2025 NFL Draft. Right now, we got the top 100 up on the website. It's Senior Bowl week. We're going to have a top 250 for you early next week, and we'll be breaking down some of the top risers at the Senior Bowl this week. Without further ado, let's get right into the top 5 risers in the rankings this week. With the Shrine Bowl coming to a close this week, I wanted to highlight a few guys that I did not get to watch in season, but definitely showed out at the Shrine Bowl this week. And the first one up I want to talk about is Efton Chisholm, the Eastern Washington wide receiver. Now, again, I was not flying to the tape looking at this guy throughout the season. Had a few other guys I wanted to watch, but I think I made a mistake. This guy's very, very solid. Looked very good throughout the entire week of Shrine Bowl practice. Very good size, 5'10", 195 pounds. I don't mind that at all. I think that's definitely big enough to be a solid wide receiver at the NFL level. And the 40 is going to be very important. I have listed at an estimated 4.67. That's going to be something that he needs to prove that he can be a little bit faster if he wants to make it to the NFL. I know there's plenty of guys in the NFL that have run slow at the combine and made a good name for themselves in the NFL. An Eastern Washington wide receiver, not the biggest guy. I need to see a fast 40, so that's going to be very important. But when you look at the film, showed a great release. He used great hand technique, very good feet at the line of scrimmage. I loved watching him get in and out of his breaks, sinks his hips, gets out really quick, good burst. Went from someone that I didn't have a grade on yet, obviously not being able to watch him, to being like a late day 3 guy, and I think could rise throughout the process if he gets that combine invite, which I think he will. I think this is someone that we could be talking more and more about as we get closer to late April and when the draft kicks off. But don't forget that name, Efton Chisholm, Eastern Washington wide receiver, great player at the Shrine Bowl, and had really good film as well, and someone that should be rising in the 2025 NFL draft rankings as the process continues. Now, another guy that I was not watching throughout the year, but again, probably should have been, Marcus Ware, the Montana State center. Another guy that wasn't on my radar. And I love when that happens, especially when it comes to the Shrine Bowl, the Senior Bowl, even guys at the Hula Bowl that pop off at these all-star games, and you're like, man, I got to go watch him throughout the season and see what he's got. And Marcus Ware, great year. I thought he played extremely well. I'm not a huge fan of the center class this year, which leaves guys like Marcus Ware, who, if they have great showings at like the Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl and all these all-star games, as well as, you know, the Combine and Pro Days and everything else, this is a guy that I think has a chance to boost his stock and could sneak into that, you know, mid-day 3 range, just because I don't think it's a very deep center class. There's some solid players, but I just don't think it's very deep. So it leaves room for guys like Marcus Ware, the Montana State center, a chance to elevate and sneak into that midday 3, maybe even a little bit higher, who knows. Not the biggest guy, right? He's 6'2" and 5'8", 298 pounds, but he looks extremely athletic, and if he does get that combine invite, again, I think he will. I think it's someone that could definitely jump up these rankings and start to make a name for himself. I have him listed at under a 5'0" 40. I think he's going to run very well. He has a lot of strength, creates a lot of drive, and a solid inside protector. Marcus Ware, Montana State. Check him out as a riser in the 2025 NFL Draft rankings. Now, a guy I have outside my top 100, but he'll definitely be in the top 250 when that drops, is Oronde Gadsden, the Syracuse tight end. Throughout his time at Syracuse, he was wide receiver, he was tight end. He's definitely going to be a tight end at the next level. Very good size, 6'4", 247. Should run a sub 4.6 40. Someone we're going to want to be watching at the Combine, definitely going to get that Combine invite. But had a lot of production at Syracuse. Along with that size, you like to see it. I think he projects more as a receiving tight end at the next level, but he does have position versatility, has lined up on the line, has lined up outside as a receiver, so he has a lot of versatility, and you can use him in a lot of different ways. Very sturdy frame, very solid length as well, and a very, very good route runner at that size as well. You love to see that from tight ends that are around that 250 mark. He's currently climbing to an early day 3 rank for me. Could go round 4, maybe early round 5, but I see him more as a round 4 tight end, and a very, very deep tight end class. I mean, you're talking about, you know, Gunnar Helm and Tyler Warren, and a ton of guys that are just popping off on film. It's a very, very deep tight end class, and Arande Gadsden, the Syracuse tight end, is definitely one of them. Check him out. He's going to be rising up those 2025 NFL draft rankings. Big board. Again, that 250 is going to be dropping next week. He'll be on it for sure. Let's look at a couple guys that are inside the top 100. One of them being Ole Miss linebacker Chris Paul Jr. This linebacker class is solid, and I really, really like this guy. Showed out at the Shrine Bowl again. Someone who's very, very athletic. This is going to be one of the top linebackers in the 2025 NFL draft class. Again, very athletic, solid mover in space. He's a guy that's going to test extremely, extremely well. I love him as a coverage linebacker. He's got very good ball skills, someone that knows where his landmark is, gets to it, breaks on the ball, breaks on the receiver, and makes a play on it. Should be a top 100 pick when the NFL draft rolls around. He's well inside that top 100 for me. He's around that 70 mark. Could rise, could go even higher. Someone I really, really like in the 2025 NFL draft. There's a lot of teams that are going to need linebackers. Chris Paul Jr., Ole Miss linebacker, he's going to be one of them that's going to be on an NFL roster and should be starting pretty early in his career. Let's get even closer to the top of the NFL draft board. We're going to go inside the top 50, and that's Azariah Thomas, the Florida State cornerback. He's well inside that top 50. Could keep climbing. Go check out, see where I got him on my big board right now. He's getting close to the top, and he could even climb higher with the Senior Bowl here and him being one of the participants. I think he's going to have a very, very good week. I love his size for an outside corner, 6'1", 191 pounds, and runs very, very well. Someone who's extremely athletic and has phenomenal length. You love that out of an outside corner. Someone that's got that length, that speed. He's going to be someone that's definitely going to be a riser throughout the entire process here. And another thing, physicality as a corner, someone who is a reliable tackler on the boundaries. We know how much teams love running to the outside. You're going to need a corner that can stop the run on the boundary. Azariah Thomas, the Florida State corner, definitely can do that. But in coverage, I love his body control. He'll go up and get it and contest passes. Very good hand-eye coordination. Someone that we're going to get a very, very good look at the Senior Bowl. We got a whole week of practices to break down. He's definitely going to be someone I have my eye on. And again, go see where I got him in the top 100. He's definitely climbing near the top. Head over to Faceoff Sports Network. This is going to be a guy you're going to want to keep an eye on. I love Azariah Thomas, the Florida State corner. Going to be a big, big riser before the clock starts for the 2025 NFL Draft. All right, and there you have it, the top 5 guys that are going to be rising in the 2025 NFL Draft Big Board rankings this week. We should have an update coming on the website very soon. Head over to Faceoff Sports Network to check those out. We are going to be dropping a top 250 right after Senior Bowl week. That's this week. I'm going to have plenty coming up for the Senior Bowl, talking about guys that had great weeks, that boosted their 2025 NFL draft stock, guys that I like a lot. We're going to have a ton more videos like this coming soon. So come back, check us out, and we'll see you next time.